What's going on, everybody, and a special shout out to all of my fellow Halt and Catch Fire fans out there. Today I'm going to be recreating the Ranger Soda logo from the Halt and Catch Fire series. If you're a designer, developer, builder, programmer, whatever you are, if you are in any way connected to this type of industry, you need to watch the show Halt and Catch Fire. It's kind of like Mad Men set in the 80s, but in the computer industry. So it's a great show, and I highly recommend it. You can see it on AMC. I think they have their own streaming service, AMC Plus. Anyway, great show. So today I'm going to be recreating the Ranger Soda logo from Halt and Catch Fire, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that using Adobe Illustrator. Before we get started, please remember to hit like and subscribe down at the bottom, and also click the bell for notifications to be notified of all future content. Now let's recreate this logo. Okay, so I'm here in Illustrator, and this is an actual screen grab from the show right here at the bottom, and then also here's the logo that we're going to be recreating. So as you can see, this is a very fun type of logo design for this particular soda. And so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here using the pen tool, recreating this, because I'm not sure exactly, but this looks like it's probably a custom designed font. But the drink and the taste that refreshes right here, those look to me like Arial, so I'm pretty sure those are Arial. So let's just kind of see what we've got going on here, and I'm gonna try first to see if I guessed right and see if this is Arial. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna lay this type directly on top of this, and for the most part looks like we are correct. I'm pretty sure it's not Helvetica. I think at this point I can spot the difference between Arial and Helvetica. So I'm going to go ahead and recreate the drink portion of it. Actually, now that I look at this, that R and that I are different from me. Sorry, the R and the R, those two R's are different from each other. So let me look at, you know what? Look at that. I was wrong. It is Helvetica. Maybe I do need to go back to design school. My professors are going to be so disappointed in me. The very first class that I ever had in design school was typography. So, and I believe that we learned stuff about this, like spotting the difference, between the letters, between the letters and everything, and seeing if you can actually spot the differences. So that was always fun. Okay, so it is Helvetica, not Arial. All right, so the taste that refreshes, and let's see if I've become a better typist. Probably not. The taste that refresh. All right. Okay, so let's bring this down here, and we'll just kind of adjust the sizing a little bit. And now we've got a lot of kerning to do. So I'm actually going to speed up this portion of the video while I kern these letters. Okay, we're all done with the kerning, and now all we got to do is add in our little registered symbol right here, because we want it to look as authentic as possible. Okay, very good. And now all I'm going to do is just create outlines on these, because we're happy with this. Okay, so the easy part is over. Now now it's on to a little bit more difficult part. So I'm going to use a combination of the pen tool and then also just the shapes tool in general. So basically I'm just going to draw some shapes here, and this portion of recreating things like this, you'll have to forgive me. I've actually never spoken while doing something like this. At least I don't think I have. So this involves a good bit of concentration without doing a lot of talking. So I'm gonna try to see how much I can do, but at the same time still talk, So all right, so I'm gonna grab this right here, and usually in situations like this, it's so much easier to just do it without having to actually say anything. So it is a bit of a challenge, but I also don't want you to be bored. So what can I talk about while I do this? maybe the show in general. So let's see how well I do there while I'm talking about it. So I'll just kind of tell you about the show. So the show itself, it starts in 1983, I believe. I think that's when the show starts as far as the setting goes. I've watched through it several times now, and it's a really, really good show in terms of like the tech industry and everything. It gives you a really good idea of what all was going on in the tech industry at that time, and how competitive everything was, and just everything was so cutthroat during this time, like with all the technology and everybody trying to like put out the biggest and best computer and things like that. But it centers around these four main characters. I'll just tell you a little bit about Joe, who's played brilliantly by Lee Pace, actually. Great actor, and handling that role very well. Anyway, so basically he's kind of like a Steve Jobs type of personality, very larger than life, and he goes into this company and basically convinces all of them that they should be in the computer industry, even though they are they're like an electric company. Like they make all these different types of things like calculators and like things like that. It's that type of company. So let me see here. Let me grab this number really quick. Oops. Grab that and actually hit copy. There we go. So anyway, he convinces all of them that they need to be in the business of making computers, even though that's not what they do. They're not a computer company. But anyway, so that's just kind of the way that it starts and everything, and it just ends up, like it's a really good drama. It's a really good drama. So I don't want to say too much about it, but it's a really great show, and I definitely think you should watch it if you have any type of interest in the computer industry as a whole, like just to kind of see what all was going on at the time. But it's such a great show. Okay, so I've told you everything that I'm going to tell you about the show, and I'm only on the letter A right here. So as you can see, this definitely gets very tedious pretty quickly. So I don't know, maybe let's see how much longer I can actually stall, and maybe possibly I'll just speed up this portion of the video now that you get now that you have an idea of exactly how I'm doing this. But I don't really know exactly what I can talk about while I'm doing this to make this interesting, other than the fact that I'm just recreating a logo using the shape tool and combination of the pen tool and things like that. So I think that I'm just going to go ahead and speed up this portion of the video, and so you can just watch me do the rest pretty quickly. So I'm just going to do that now. Okay, so now that the tedious part is out of the way, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create this outline shape that's around here. And the way that we're going to do that is we're going to actually use the offset path tool. So I'm going to grab all of this and unite it together. And then just for now, I'm just going to make this like a pink color, just so I can easily and quickly differentiate between the offset path and the fill. And then so right here it looks like the 0.375 is exactly what we need. So I'm going to hit OK there. And actually, before I do that, I should have done this. Okay, so let's bring this over here and then do this. Okay, for some reason I always forget to do that. Okay, so the 0.375, and now we're going to just with all of that selected, just go ahead and hit unite, change it to white. And for some reason, that E is just kind of sticking behind. That's weird. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. Never seen that before. Okay, looks like I just forgot to change it. Just forgot to change the fill color. Okay, so now we will grab all of the text right here and just kind of move it over to. I'll just move it off. Well, I was going to move it off the artboard, but I want to keep that white background. All right, so now let's unlock everything. Bring this back up to 100%, and then we can do our background, which is not pink, it is orange. Okay, and then grab this pink right here and then just color drop that blue, and then we'll just change this, all of this black text right here over to white. So here it is. Okay, so on the left side, we have the Ranger Soda logo. Did I say right or left? Sorry, I meant to say left. I don't know. If I said right, I meant to say left. So left side we have the raster version of the Ranger Soda logo. Right side we have the vector version. So if you're not familiar with raster versus vector, I'll just kind of give you an idea here. So this is outline mode. This is showing all the different paths that are here. On the left side, you'll see that there are no paths at all. And on the right side, you'll see that there are paths there. So basically what that means is if I were to enlarge this, say 144 inches wide, you can see right here, you can see all this pixelation right here. So you enlarge a raster and you lose clarity, okay? Now let's do the exact same thing to this logo, 144 inches. And you can see we have lost no clarity. You zoom all the way in and it's super crisp and clean. So that's basically, that's your crash course in the difference between raster and vector. So left side raster, original, and then the right side, the recreated vectorized version of the Ranger logo from Halt and Catch Fire. All right, well, thanks a lot for watching me recreate that logo in Illustrator. That is actually one of my favorite things to do in my entire profession. I love to take a logo that, like, you know, the client doesn't have a raster version, or I'm sorry, a vector version of it, so they give me a raster version, and I recreate it and make a vector version for them. I just love doing that. So I hope you enjoyed watching me recreate that, and I hope you learned a couple of things while I was doing it. And also, just a reminder, please remember to hit like and subscribe at the bottom, and also click the bell for notifications to be notified of all future content. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.